The New World Order. It's going to be so awesome. Agenda 2030. The great things mankind's going to accomplish. Wow, just incredible. No poverty, no food lack, no nothing. It's just wow. And we're going to blend with machines and upgrade ourselves. This is how they're selling it. But let's look at the facts of how they're setting it up right in front of our eyes right now. And I've got 5 articles that have appeared in the last few days that tell you exactly what's been prepped. Tony Blair calls for global agreement on social media speech restrictions. Speaking to LBC Radio this week, Blair said the world is going to have to come together and agree on rules around social media platforms. It's not just how people can provoke hostility and hatred, but the impact on young people, particularly when they've got access to mobile phones, very young, and they're reading a lot of stuff and receiving a lot of stuff, and it's messing with their minds. They want to control what they're looking at. One opinion, the government's opinion. I'm not sure what the answer is, but we need to find one. Blair was not alone in calling for new restrictions. Earlier this week, the left-wing Speaker of the House, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, said the government should consider new limits against online speech. Freedom of speech in the New World Order? Bye-bye. Next, our favorite guy, Bill, the gates of hell shall not prevail, pushes for digital IDs to tackle misinformation and curb free speech. This is the ID 060606 patent guy from Microsoft who says he doesn't know what we're talking about, but all these facts are actually there. CNET asked Gates about what to do about misinformation. The billionaire answered and said there will be systems and behaviors in place to expose content originators. Gates suggested the boundary between crazy but free speech versus misleading people in a dangerous way or inciting is a tough boundary. Gates backed various efforts to tether people to digital identities. Gates Foundation has, for instance, been pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into a program called the United Nations Development Program-led 50 in 5 campaign with a strong focus on digital ID platforms. Tying beautifully with the mark of the beast. Kuwait now to freeze bank accounts of residents who do not register biometric fingerprints. Kuwait is mandating a biometric registration process for citizens and expatriates. Those who fail to register fingerprints by the deadline will face consequences such as suspended government services and frozen bank accounts. There you have it. It's not just Kuwait, it's going to be everywhere. It is claimed that the reason for enforcing the registration of digital biometrics are to enhance security and address dual nationality issues. The initiative aligns with global trends in biometrics and the sharing of our data with selected agencies worldwide. It's no coincidence that at the same time, the United Nations is pushing for a global digital compact to be adopted by 193 countries so it can play a significant role in the global governance of artificial intelligence, the internet, digital public goods, and digital infrastructure. Sounds amazing, right? Digital vaccine passports coming to the EU. The US has begun biometric facial recognition at airports in conjunction with the Real ID program. The EU is piloting a program in 5 countries to track vaccination status with a digital ID managed by the World Health Organization. With an ever-growing number of vaccinations being added to the schedule, including a new COVID-19 booster, compliance could spell issues for travel for those considered under or unvaccinated. Belgium, Germany, Greece, Latvia, and Portugal will test this new card in a variety of formats, including printed cards, mailed copies, and digital versions for smartphones. The plan will be made public in 2026, extending the EVC system beyond the pilot phases and enabling broad adoption across all member states. It won't just be all member states, it'll be worldwide by 2026. Fact. Billionaire Larry Ellison says a vast AI-fueled surveillance system can ensure citizens will be on their best behavior. It sounds like a dystopian sci-fi movie with a really bad plot, but here we are. Larry Ellison, the billionaire co-founder of Oracle, made the comments as he spoke to investors earlier this week. He shared his thoughts on the future of AI-powered surveillance tools. Ellison said AI would be used in the future to constantly watch and analyze vast surveillance systems like security cameras, police body cameras, doorbell cameras, vehicle dashboard cameras. We're going to have supervision, Ellison said. Every police officer is going to be supervised at all times. If there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we are constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. Drones will be responding to every incident and constantly in the air. Does that sound like citizens are happy? That sounds like fear to me. Make sure you're on your best behavior. Make sure you do as you're told, wear what you're supposed to wear, say what you're supposed to say, because you're being monitored and you could be reported and the drones are watching. It's going to be an interesting final week, and I, for one, am really glad to rather be upstairs with my Lord and Savior than down here in the chaos of what they think is the creation of a perfect world, but that will lead to absolute disaster and control for a period. But God, always, but God. God will sort everything out once and for all. Know this. Shalom.